Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we have a very exciting topic to discuss. Marvel just came to Dungeons and Dragons. Woo! Very exciting. So, how did this happen? Through Magic the Gathering. So, it has just been announced that Magic the Gathering is doing an official Marvel set or sets. At least one set. We're getting at least one set. It's as broad as Marvel itself, which is very exciting, and it means that all of the Marvel characters in the Marvel universe are officially connected, in my humble opinion, to the Magic the Gathering realms, which are canon to Dungeons and Dragons, right? And which is fantastic. It's a huge deal, and I want to talk about the crossover points. So, how do they cross over? Okay, all right, let's jump into it. So, how do they cross over? Woo, man, this is exciting. Okay, so I think the first point of contact is going to be through Wanda Maximoff. And so how would that happen? So, first of all, according to Marvel canon, Wanda Maximoff died at the end of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, right? And so basically, Wanda Maximoff has been considered to be dead. And we haven't seen her for a long time in the Marvel universe. Now, the reality is, almost every Marvel character who dies doesn't really die, right? And we always get to see them in a unique way. So, how would this occur? Well, I think Wanda is a witch, right? And I think logically, she would seek out the witch's road, right? And I think that place between, the witch's road, as currently is being explored within Agatha all along, the witch's road is this special place where witches can go and where witches can be. That is a third space, right? We're always talking about third spaces disappearing, but the witch's road is a third space. So how would so now that we've been permissioned, right, to connect all of the Marvel characters with all of the Dungeons and Dragons characters and all of the Magic the Gathering characters, right? How would that logically occur? And I think the first and strongest point of connection will be Wanda Maximoff, right? And she would meet on the Witch's Road Tasha, right? The daughter of Baba Yaga, right? And the way that they would meet is, of course, Wanda Maximoff is not dead, but she's not within the regular multiverse. She's on the Witch's Road, right? Which is a logical place for her to be. That would explain why she's not interacting with the Avengers, why she's no longer interacting with Vision, why she's no longer interacting with anyone in the Marvel world, right? But logically, Tasha can go on the Witch's Road because she's a full-on witch, right? And it would logically make sense from the multiverse perspective of Dungeons and Dragons that she would be able to access the Witch's Road when no one else in the Dungeons and Dragons world could, because she is a witch and would have access to the Witch's Road. How would that happen? How would that be connected? The multiverse, Marvel multiverse is the same multiverse as Dungeons and Dragons, is the same multiverse as Magic the Gathering, is the same multiverse as Lord of the Rings. All of these have been multiverse connected, right? And by the intellectual properties, in my humble opinion, by the intellectual property owners, and so we are in an extremely exciting position to be seeing, this permissioning of bringing Marvel characters into Dungeons and Dragons. So I think, the first point of contact will be Wanda Maximoff meeting Tasha, Tasha bringing Wanda back and and introducing her to Ariel Silverhand in Sigil, right? And at the same time, she would be able to meet Mordenkainen, right? And then that would give Wanda Maximoff access to Planescape, and being in Sigil would allow her to get to every single gate on the material plane, right? And and then Wanda could completely revive herself. There would be plenty of places for her to revive herself. Also, as long as she's there, right? Like, Wanda's had a very interesting connection of, is she good, is she evil? At this point, I honestly believe her alignment is neutral and is in flux, right? In addition to that, Wanda has gone to battle with Doctor Strange, right? And I think by coming over on the other side, she would warn Ariel Silverhand, Mordenkainen, and Tasha to watch out for the arrival of Doctor Strange. And so right out of the gate, right, I think that Wanda Maximoff would find allies on Greyhawk, on Faerun, on Planescape, and in the Spelljammer Astral Seas, and would have time, right, to seed a space to bring over additional Marvel superheroes or super villains, right? And right there, that's your adventure, right? Is the player characters get a chance to pull to find the true alignment of Wanda Maximoff, right? Is she evil? Is she good? Right? And I think it would be a great adventure for the player characters to realize, okay, hey, there is this entire other world. Wanda Maximoff starts telling stories about the Marvel world and telling all these superheroes and all these supervillains, right? Which is truly, truly incredible. That is incredible. That is absolutely astounding, right? So that is, I think, the strongest, the most specific, the first space in which the first Marvel character will come into contact with the first Dungeons & Dragons character. I think it's the most logical, it's the most likely, and it immediately sets up adventures on day one, right? Well, actually, I don't think we need to wait. This is exactly like Lego, right? Like, this is another Lego situation. We don't need to wait. We can start running these adventures immediately, right? Wait, Scott, how are we going to do that? How are we going to run Dungeons & Dragons, stories with Tasha and Dungeons & Dragons stories with Wanda Maximoff? Well, we're going to do it with Lego. Duh. That's where all the miniatures already officially exist, right? And, that's going to be kind of obvious. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.